Hello, and welcome to the Casino Tears podcast. I'm one of your hosts, 10 Ton is number one, and joining me as my co-host is the one and only Ed Robinson from Roll to Win Craps. If you want more info on our show, please visit our page at casinotears.com. On this week's show, we discuss the ATS, a longshot, juicy payouts, Bankroll booster. We also touch on the TableMaker, Aaron Rodgers, Mississippi Crap Check, Kenny Stabler, Excalibur, the Holy Grail, first-time shooters, and Ed names the 10-ton triangle.
So I'm coming through okay, right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't mess with any of the settings, did you?
I don't mess with nothing for you, you little picky bastard, you. What's happening? I ain't talked to you in forever, like, for real.
Seems like it. What do you want to talk about tonight, Ed?
Great podcast came out today.
Yeah, Dean the Machine. Guess who stopped over today?
Bo Parker.
Yeah, dude. Bo stopped over.
I know this.
Bo was here. I know. You know it. He was inspecting the table and telling me that he wants to have a little drink get-together with everyone that's attending the event on Friday night.
Really?
I don't even know if I'm supposed to announce that, but we're going to have a little get-together here for anyone.
Yeah, that would be great if everybody's up to it. You talking about drinks? Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, drinks up here before the class, and they'll know where to go, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
First ever Las Vegas Dice Influence experience is sold out.
Waiting list now.
I got to tell you, that was faster than I thought.
Probably took a week and a half.
We have a wait list now.
We do have a waiting list. I don't even know how many's on it.
I think once it gets up to 3 more people, we're going to see if we can break it into two days for six people. So it'll be a little more intimate, actually. If 3 more people get on that waiting list, then I think we're going to break the days into 2 sessions of 6 people.
Okay.
It'll be very cool. I'm looking forward to it. I know Bo's so excited about it, man.
I think it's going to be phenomenal. I mean, I even know 3 of the 8 that have signed up. So that's even cooler.
Yeah, I know. You're going to meet Lord Toranaga.
Looking forward to that.
He's going to be here taking the class.
You're going to meet Memo.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. There's a bunch of people coming out. So, Ed, listen, man, I got something on my mind. I've got a lot of things on my mind, but I'm just going to start with the thing that annoyed me, if that's okay.
What'd you do? Look in the mirror?
No, that did not annoy me today, okay?
Okay, all right.
What annoyed me, first of all, I want to thank all the people that have signed up to our Patreon account because that thing's
absolutely
starting to go off. Vegas Day Tripper signed up today. That's awesome.
Thank you, Day Tripper.
Man, his videos are very, very cool.
But the one thing, and I know why he does it, but he sounds like a chipmunk.
Oh,
some of them, the ones I listen
because
he's got them sped up so that they won't recognize his voice, I suppose.
No, I think it's to speed up the time actually, so that he can condense it. Kind of like how people listen to our podcast probably at 2x speed sometimes.
Yeah, but he's like at 14x. I mean, it sounds like Alvin.
You'd be surprised at how fast some people listen to this podcast. And you sound like Alvin, and I sound like actually.
I love Alvin.
Would you be Alvin or
I had Alvin's. I had the Chipmunks album when I was a kid. So don't pick on Alvin. You're not gonna diss me by calling me Alvin the Chipmunk.
I take out a lot of pauses and spaces because I feel like people that want to listen to it. So if you know, our editing kind of goes along at a pretty fast clip. These would be a lot longer if I just left in all the dead air and pauses. But dude, listen.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm taking you off. So I'm taking you off cue. Our Patreon people, we love them.
Well, and then someone else, Tex Arcadian, he signed up today. That's a cool handle, isn't it? Tex. Yeah. It's like Tex Arcana, but then Cajun because he's from Louisiana, I think.
He must
Tex
be right there
Arcadian.
in the
That's
Texas,
cool.
Arkansas, Louisiana area.
He's from Lubbock, actually.
Lubbock?
Yep. And then we got, dude, T-Bone, some guy that I know that you don't know. His name's T-Bone. He signed up. Wizard, Bogus, that's cool. He's on there. Jesse, Jim King, Jeff, Norm Whipple, Cool Whip, Judge 3-Putt signed up. Eric, Riz, fucking G-Man, Oz. Yeah, there's a lot of people. Thank you. And then John. Okay. Dice Glider, Wisco, Dice D-Gen. That's awesome.
Dice D-Gen's on here?
Yeah, he's on the free one. We'll get Dice D-Gen to to jump up to the Yo Adrian
Pony up
level.
there, DJ. Let's go.
Weed is on here. Someone you don't know him. Text with him.
Weed Hopper. I know my cousin.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, John. Okay, John even signed up. So John, Pro Craps, John. John, this is to you. This is because you
Focus. Yeah.
he annoyed me today, man. I was watching there's a lot of chatter out there about the ATS, right? His show today, he was talking about the ATS. I love to play the ATS. And in fact, Ed, you will see me play the ATS or the bonus a billion times when we play. Okay?
I hope we get to play. I hope we don't have to play that often.
What do you mean?
I'll get tired as an old man, but I will play it. So go ahead.
All right. He was going on and on and on. And they had their, craps chat that I watched on Sunday. And they were talking about the ATS and the bonus. I play the ATS. I am a huge fan of the ATS. And I think the argument is so short-sighted. That argument of like, you shouldn't play the ATS. Of course, that's a long shot. That's lazy. That's a lazy craps argument. Of course, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't even play the game in general. Right, Ed? It's a long shot.
The house edge is high on it.
Of course. But there's a time and place.
Otherwise, they wouldn't offer it.
There's a time and place for the ATS. So, Ed, what if I told you that the last 6 times I played, I hit one of those bonuses 4 times? And I'm going to recount those for you, okay?
Okay.
I was playing by myself late night at Aria. I hit the tall for 25.
Okay.
Then I went right back up because they let you go right back up for 50. Guess what I did?
Pop that sucker for 50.
Then fast forward from that night, couple more sessions, 2 more sessions. I was with the TableMaker. Okay. I hit the small 25 on it. So, okay, what do we got? 750, 750, and another 1,500. So that's 3,000 right there. Okay.
Yeah. Just don't hit in the side.
Yeah. Just on hitting the sides. Then I'm with the TableMaker, which we'll get to that. Well, I hit that, all of it. I didn't throw it, but I had $100 on it. I laid 24, cleared 6,600 on it. So 4 times I played the ATS, netted almost 10,000, right around 10 grand, just under 10,000. Okay.
Yeah.
That allows me to play the ATS about 100 more times. If you just wanted to look at it in a vacuum, I can shoot and play and bet 100 times with just those winnings. Now, I've said this ever since I've been playing. Ed, if you're not playing the ATS, you're not playing the game fully to its extent, and you're not maximizing possible gains. I'm not talking about the Hard Rock and Biloxi where it isn't even an option. It's not an option, so you can't play it. But when it is an option,
when it's an option, I play it.
You play it. Okay. If it's a bad bet, why are you playing it, Ed?
Because I like those payouts when they hit.
Yeah. Those payouts are juicy.
Now, we've all been on trips where you just like, I can remember being at Harrah's down in Biloxi one time, and it was like 6 people hit at least a side, and we had a couple of alls. We had hit them all just in one circle around the table. Those are times like when you just like, you can't believe what manna from heaven is falling into your pockets. And then there'll be trips where you will constantly leave one number hanging and you just can't pull it in for whatever reason. But still, if you only got one number hanging, you're probably hitting a lot of repeater bets, right? It is an additional bet. But I learned a long time ago that if I'm throwing the dice, my ass better damn well be on it, because I'm going to really be mad at myself if I ever hit it again when I'm not on it.
Right. I've learned from one of my friends that I've known, who's been a dealer forever, 20 plus years. I remember him saying this thing, and he was like, always play the ATS. It's the ticket to the show, right?
It is.
And I'll always remember that. And I think it's the people that are so like, oh, you shouldn't play the ATS. It's a dumb bet. Are the people that don't play it correctly and that don't put a lot of money on it. There's a little caveat to all of this. There
is a caveat. Go ahead. Let's see if your caveat same as mine.
Okay. My caveat is I bet big on the ATS. That's where my big wins come. Those make exponentially a bigger difference. My normal play is on a random shooter, $30, 10, 10, 10. On me, or someone that I know, like let's say it was G-Dub. I mentioned that in the last thing. I said, I didn't know he was shooting, and I mistakenly had 10 on each $30 ATS. If I had known he was shooting, I was kicking myself. I would have had a quarters up on there, okay, for that hermit crab toss. And he fucking hit the tall. That would have been $750 that night, right? So exponentially, when you have those bigger units on there, it's a huge, huge deal. And when I first hit the ATS at $75 across, quarters across, I kept thinking I did it twice. And I'm like, God, imagine if I just played that $25 more in the middle. Instead, having a payout in the 5K range, I would have had it 9,000. And then that's changed for when I shoot, or let's say when you shoot.
All right. So
it's not like I'm spewing. And last thing is not like I'm spewing at $100, $100 on every fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry, dude.
every swinging dick in the city.
Where did that expression come from?
I
Tom,
no
Dick, and
idea
Harry, dude. Isn't
I don't know.
that's an expression, right?
Let me see that mug you got up there.
Dude, this mug we're giving away at Craps for the Cure.
I saw that. Yeah. You're giving that away at Craps for the Cure?
There's 2 of these in existence right now. I've got one of them.
And you're going to give one away. Good. Good cause. It's a good cause. A few things. I can remember, you've heard me talk about Charlie G way back.
Dude, Charlie G, dude. The guy that I thought the G was for grudge. Have you found him?
No. But he and I, the guy was, he and I wrote emails a lot. And then, one of these days we should just do a show on what he sent me. But he analyzed me for 3 days playing back then.
Yeah.
And one of the things he said, because now Charlie was a very disciplined player, extremely disciplined player.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things he said about me is Ed makes most of his money on the all tall small.
Oh man, Charlie G.
Because we were playing a lot of ATS tables on those 3 days, and he might not be on them, but I was, or he would cash out because he had hit his win goal, and I would hick around, and then I would hit an ATS after he left the table or something. That was one of the things he said about me. So that made me think about myself just a little bit and how I play this thing. Now I don't play it. I don't even necessarily play it on everybody. You probably do. But it's really easy to get into that 5-5-5 deal. It's a $15 bet on just about anybody, and you're going to at least, but here's the thing I don't like. I don't like what a lot of people do.
Tell me.
A lot of people will only bet the all.
Yeah. I don't understand that one.
What kind of idiot does that? I shouldn't have said that. You can cut that out, please.
I bleep you. I don't bleep me. You're a God-fearing preacher man.
So, why would you bet only the all? You are more likely to hit one side than you are the all, right?
I think so.
And so my question to you, other than I know you like that 150 to 1, right? You like that 150 to 1 payout. Why would you go 5, 10, 5 or whatever you just said, 10,
25, 50, 25?
I would rather go 50, 25, 50.
Because I've ran a comparative analysis on multiple whiteboards on ATS betting levels.
Oh, I know. You got more whiteboards than Carter's got liver pills.
I think 200 is going to be one of my next ultimate sort of goals because it'll net 18,000. That $100 is really, I feel like it's a sweet payout. And you've got a lot of room to work with that extra quarter on the all, because that allows you to lay numbers and guarantee and lock in numbers.
If you've got a number you can lay. Most of the time you don't. Most of the time you don't.
Correct. But here's the thing. I remember the same dealer that told me, that's your ticket to the show. I remember playing at Mandalay Bay a decade ago, and I remember I needed the 10. And so, of course, I bet the hard 10 to come in. And he was like, you could lay this. He would always try to help me out. You could lay the 10. And I had $10 on it. And I'm like, fuck that. Back then, that's a big win, but why cut into that? 300 is a hit. You might as well just go for it. I think you can lay it when it gets to bigger amounts, but laying it, that's a little too nitty for me. Oftentimes, the ATS is like a bankroll booster. It replenishes you like hit points in a role-playing game. You can get back to full strength or a little ahead. You know what I mean?
You know about role-playing games?
Oh my God, man. I was a level 57 ogre in EverQuest. Yeah, I was an ogre warrior.
I was always the thief.
Oh, really, Ed? You were a thief?
Yeah. Who doesn't want to be the thief?
Thieves came in handy in those RPG games,
Yeah, go steal shit.
I always liked to be an ogre. My name was Zughead. EverQuest, man. They used to call that game Evercrack. It's like heroin, dude, playing those games.
Yeah. My son has made a fortune making the dice for those games.
Yeah, those are cool dice, man. D8s, D12s.
One of those knuckleheads that manufactures those contacted me and wanted to know if I'd use their dice on my game.
Oh, really?
How stupid is
Imagine
that?
rolling a craps game with like a
Can
20-sided
you play?
dice.
Can you,
Dude,
yeah.
I want to roll
I
with a
mean,
12-sided dice, dude. That
yeah.
would be amazing.
Yeah.
One die.
One die, 1 through
Right?
12. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just laughed. I told them they were stupid. Go find somebody else.
So I don't play it on a random shooter. This is how I would set up the 10-ton triangle. It's part of my play. The ATS or any bonus. If the ATS wasn't there, I'm playing the repeater for 100 when I shoot. These are bankroll builders and boosters, man. Both sides really help. And I've always said these hits are the ones that can turn you from like hitting that even spot in a session to really being up. All those big sessions that I have that are won, usually someone's hit the all or hit multiple sides. If I'm going to play on a random shooter, which I just did the other night down at Aria, 30, 10, 10, 10, and 30 on the line, that's it. That's all I played. I played the 6. I think the point was 8, and then I placed the 6. That's it. Pretty disciplined, pretty minimal. One hit on that 6. I think I did it at $60. I just paid for everything almost. Great. If he gets on a roll, my upside is huge. Well, huge given it's $300, but I'll take that. Who knows if he hits him, if he hits it all, it's why not put yourself in a position cheaply to really capitalize or get maximum payout? I'm really not a fan. It kind of irks me. I feel like people are short-sighted, and I'll talk to John a lot about like how we play, about how we play.
Why would you talk to John?
When we were at Heavy's thing, we talked at the craps table outside there probably for an hour and a half. And it was almost like salt water and fresh water sort of like meeting. You know how they like kind of like, you ever see pictures of that, or when the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean come together?
You know, I want, I like John.
John's awesome,
but very few people can piss me off as quickly as John.
He doesn't piss me off. He
pisses me off to no end all the time.
Well, so John's great. Like I said, and this goes for anyone that says that about the ATS. I think that it's super short-sighted, and it's almost the I know it all syndrome. Of course, the odds are long. Okay, Ed, here, can I keep going? I got more to say.
You're like on a news broadcast. You've got the camera, you got the mic. Go for it.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. Okay,
I'll just sit here and make snarky. I'll just sit here and make snarky comments.
Okay, now let's compare Aria to the Hard Rock. Okay, and Hard Rock, you can't play that. That is not, because it's literally not on the table.
It's not on the table.
You don't have that in your playbook. QB Whisperer, Ed Robinson, you cannot use the ATS in your craps playbook. You just can't call that play.
Not on that table.
Nope, not on that table. Okay, so you got to figure out how to score doing your fucking whatever your plays are in the 2-hole, in the 3-hole, whatever that is.
24 cross. Yep, got you.
Exactly. Now, flash forward to me with the TableMaker when he flew out from Atlanta. By the way, I gave him the handle, the table.
Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, okay. The TableMaker. Okay.
All right.
We should talk about that because that's cool. The TableMaker. It's cool. All right. TableMaker, we're going to play. We can get into like playing for the table, which is so cool, dude. All right. So we're playing, and it was a Friday night. We were at my favorite table over in the corner near Javier's. It was open. I was stick left 1.
This would be at the Aria.
Yep. He was a stick left 2. Then there was some other guy that I mistakenly thought was with this don't player, right? There was a don't player at the table who was a dick. He was just one of those fucking dicks. Then there were like 2 other kids, young kids playing at the table. So it was relatively empty. So it was sweet because don't player wasn't shooting. Kids were there. And then I was able to get the dice twice pretty quickly. So anyway, I hit the small on my first toss. Got the dice back again pretty quick. TableMaker and I, we were up probably up $1,000 maybe. I knew that we were going to leave ahead. It was already a positive session. And I had told TableMaker, we're leaving right after this guy's toss. And it was a new guy and never thrown before. Okay. At that moment, it was really just us 3 at the table. So I put out 100 on the ATS. TableMaker puts out 75 on the ATS. I wasn't even betting big. I already knew I won for the night, Ed. I was already up.
Yeah.
So this young kid, he just kept throwing and throwing. Now, I feel like that situation is almost like if you viewed craps, and stay with me for just a second. If you viewed craps as a football game and you are a quarterback, I know I've already won the game. It's almost like I'm at the 30-yard line of the opponent's end of the field. Time's running out. I know I got the game locked up. 3rd and 8, hard count, like Aaron Rodgers. I draw him offside. I have a free play. Why not take a shot into the end zone? I've got a free play. Aaron Rodgers does it all the time. Hard count, he's going in the end zone. I don't like Aaron Rodgers because I don't like the Packers or when he was on the Packers, but he would always do that consistently and get a free shot at the end zone. That's what that ATS was right there. In that moment, I got a free shot. Ed, I know that I'm leaving ahead already. I'm already up a grand. Why not bet on a random shooter? My upside is massive. I already know what my downside is. Just like in the football game, I already know I'm going to win. I already know I'm going to win the game. Time's running out. Why not take a shot? And that's what we did. And that's called being a smart QB at the table, using what's on the felt to your advantage. Fast forward 15 more minutes. Guy hits the small. He's got one number left to hit the tall. I immediately lay 2,400. I've locked up 6,600. If he hits his 9, throws a dice, it hits this girl's hand right out of a scene in a movie ad, hits this girl's hand who somehow showed up at stick right 1. She had been reached. I don't know what her hand was doing inside the table. She had stuck her hand down on that roll. It hits her hand like in slow motion. And then it goes 6, 3, 9, hits them all. The floor guy started fucking with me. He was like, no roll, right? And I was so confused, but he was just doing that to fuck with me. It counted. TableMaker and I cleaned up. I mean, we cleaned up. So that was over 6K for me, over 5K for him. It was a big win, but that's taking advantage of what the table had a bet to make, which was ultimately low risk. I was going to win. It was a win-win.
Yeah.
Either way. And I won big that time. Why is that bet bad? It isn't bad. It's how you play it, when you play it, and if you have enough money on it. I don't know. Let's do a poll of every person listening to this podcast. It's going to be tough for you to convince me that in 3 of my last 6 sessions that I made $10,000 on the ATS, that's a bad bet. It's because I know how to play it. And it's because I know how to play this game well. And I know what's going on at the table. It's the people who just, I feel like, are very short-sighted that are looking at this game that aren't really appreciating a QB like how what I appreciate about you, Ed, you take a very small bankroll and you can 2X, 3X, 4X it. That takes talent. In my eyes, that's a very difficult thing to do. I'm playing with a larger bankroll, so I just play differently.
Yeah.
If I was tasked with the challenge of you saying, you got to take this $300 bankroll and 3X it, fuck, dude, I wouldn't be playing the ATS. That's for sure. I would be playing a different way.
You would need to.
I cannot spew. I don't have a lot of luxury. And that's what I mean playing QB. It's like having plays in your playbook and knowing your playbook and knowing and being situationally aware of what's going on. Like Aaron Rodgers, hard counting, you got a free shot at the end zone, fucking take it.
I'm more like Snake Stabler.
I like Snake, man. And he's Stabler, dude.
God rest his soul.
Man, he was cool, man. It's like you'd go out, you'd be limping out there with like bandages on his knee and on his elbow, like a
drinking a beer while the defense is drinking a beer while the defense is on the field.
Yeah, totally, man. You know what I'm saying, Ed? Do you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I will argue that there's a way to play the bonus. Just to look at it as this is a bad bet. I don't care if you're a purist in craps. Go ahead. It's like, hey, Ed, you're going to go play quarterback, and I'm going to rip out like half the playbook for you. Have fun. Have fun. But if you had the whole playbook, why not? You now can call something.
I don't disagree with anything you've said. I will reiterate that it is a high house edge bet. We know that. If it was not, it would not pay so freaking well, right?
You are correct, sir.
All right. So I may not play it on everybody at the table. I may only play at 5-5-5 on, I don't know, a newbie, like you just described,
Yep.
or a gut feeling or whatever. And, so you know how those are. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But it's decent little action, decent return. And you don't have to make a lot of other place bets. If if you're going to go out there and go 640 across and put 555, why? Why wouldn't you put 10, 10, 10 and 110 inside or 220 inside or something else, a lot lower number? People don't understand how to play this game in a way which will preserve their bankroll when bad things happen, and then how to exponentially grow their bankroll when the right things are happening. They don't understand that. And there's only one way to learn that, and that's by getting your ass kicked and your balls busted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Beat
I
up.
mean, that's the only way you learn it, because nobody will listen to somebody who really tells you to play it, right? And how to play it. They will listen to people tell you not to play it, or to only play the tall, or to only put more money on the tall than each side, because you and I are going to disagree forever on that one.
Yeah.
But, if it's out there and you're standing there with your hands in your pockets and everybody else just is clapping because somebody just hit the tall, and they're all getting paid 150 to 1 on that tall, 30 to 1 on the side that just hit with it. And you're sitting there like a dumb idiot with your hands in your pocket going, well, I wish I'd have bet that thing. And then there's those people that play it like 2-1-2. Now, if you're a minor bankroll person, I get it.
Totally. Totally.
I
Of course.
totally get it. I mean, if you're buying in for a low buy in, you don't have the money to spend, and you buy in for you go two, don't go 1-3-1 or anything. Go 2-1-2. Win 60 on a side, because that's probably
Listen, dude,
a win goal.
I can't even justify with a $300 bankroll playing that for $15. I could say play it for dollars. Yeah.
You could do 2-1-2, but if you got to have a low minimum table, right? So, but when that one comes in and you win 150 on that one, then you're probably going to be hooked.
Yep.
When you win that $150 for that dollar bet, you're probably going to be hooked. People tend to think that people like myself can't throw the dice, and sometimes I can't. People tend to think that a par toss is too violent, an on-axis toss is impossible, and they will sit there and tell you that they see more randoms hitting it than they see people who set the dice that they think are dice influencers. I got news for you. The people they're watching are not dice influencers. They're the guys setting the dice, picking them up, and throwing them down the table. The guys that are dice influencers, you witnessed one a couple of weeks ago. His name was Dean the Machine.
Dean the Machine, dude. Like a
He tore that table up right in front of you and God and everybody, right? Walked right up there, tore that sucker up. Why? He's a practiced DI, and he knows what the hell he's doing, and he practices it. Dude, I've thrown 180 tosses waiting on you tonight.
Nice, dude, and you're not grumpy.
Huh?
And you're not grumpy.
No, I'm not grumpy, but you got me talking about John, and I've already told you, John pisses me off more than anybody I know.
Mm-hmm.
So I've logged every one of those 180 tosses tonight. Nobody else is doing that.
Nope.
Some people are, don't get me wrong, but people are not, they want to be craps players. They want to claim to be craps players. They want to have YouTube channels where they're telling everybody how to play, and they don't even know how to play. My opinion.
Yeah. Well, listen.
My opinion only my opinion. I'm not bringing you into that argument at all. This is Ed's opinion. They don't know how to play.
Ed, listen, before we gotta come back to this, dude. I was watching Excalibur last night. I just needed to turn my brain off, and I was watching Excalibur from it was made in 1981.
I went to see that on opening night at the theater.
Oh my God, you've seen that? I was hoping you'd seen that, dude.
100 times.
Okay, first of all, those people reminded me more of Dean the Machine. Dean the Machine had to look like he would have been one of the knights of the round table, dude.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Totally, dude. He had that look. That movie was trippy, dude. You know who directed that? I think the guy named, it was either John or Richard Borman. I don't know what his first name was. He also directed Deliverance, dude. Remember Burt Reynolds?
Let me think. Do I know that song with that movie?
Yep.
Is that where they're like floating down the raft and they got a squeal pig when they get caught up in the woods and
That
they got
movie
the
was
got that
terrifying.
deformed guy playing banjo up on
Yep.
the yep. You think
Yeah.
I'm only from the South. You think I've ever seen that movie?
Dude, John, I think it's John Borman. But anyway, dude. So listen, Dean the Machine was in another alternate universe, was in fucking Excalibur as one of the knights of the craps tables. Dude,
The Knights of the Craps Table.
they were searching, but
We need a crap. We need that now.
Ed, they were searching for in that movie. That was an interesting movie, fascinating actually. Merlin's helmet in
I
that.
really wasn't a fan of Merlin in that particular movie,
Yeah,
but that's
watch it
okay.
again. He'll be your favorite character.
Nah, I mean, I'm not. I remember him well. I'm not. I'm not. I liked him okay, but I think they're better.
Oh my God, dude. You know who else was in that movie? Fucking the guy from Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Gabriel Byrne was in that. Like all these guys. And Liam Neeson. He was in that movie too. All those guys were in that movie. Then when they were just starting out, which is crazy.
Yeah.
That was a star-studded cast. Who knew, right? But here's what I was thinking. That guy Percival was searching for the Holy Grail, dude.
Oh yeah.
And the secret to the Holy Grail is you and the land are one. That was the secret that Arthur needed. That was a secret to the Holy Grail. But that's kind of like your journey as a craps player, dude. It's like you and the craps table have to be one. You have to be so in tune. Being a craps player is a fucking journey like through hell, dude. It is. Because you have to, what you said, you have to take those beatings. Like that guy Percival, man, he went through fuck to find the Holy Grail, dude.
I got to go watch this movie again.
Dude, you got to go see it. And
I mean, it's been a long. I mean, it's probably been 20 years since I saw it. But I mean, I was there like when it first came out. So go ahead.
man, I can't believe that you even remember that, dude. And you don't even take that ginkgo biloba.
Bilboa. You got to learn how to say it.
It's
Bilboa.
biloba, dude. It is. It
It
is.
is not.
Yes, it is. I used to call it Bilboa, like Bilbo Baggins.
Rocky Bilboa.
Dude, listen, Excalibur, it's like the Holy Grail. That's what it's like being a craps player, dude. It is. You and the craps table have to become one, man. And it is a tough journey.
Are the dice Percival?
Dude, you are Percival.
Oh, the shooter is Percival.
Yeah, dude. And by the way, on the ATS, those hits, I didn't hit them all, but there was a random shooter. So random shooters can't hit it. But why did I bet on that random shooter? Because he told me it was the first time he ever played craps. And guess what?
I would have done it. I would have thrown money out there in a heartbeat on that.
That is a thing.
I would have done it. I would have done it, especially if it was a woman, I'd have probably doubled up.
No shit, dude. And guess what? One of the first times I took my girlfriend out, my girlfriend was here in Vegas with me and she didn't want to shoot. She never shot the dice. And of course, she shoots first time, hits them all. She hit them all before I ever hit them all. And I was trying to hit them all. That's what I mean. It is one of those things. Call it superstition, whatever. But you know what? First time shooting, it's your birthday shooting. That's worth me betting on it. And this guy delivered. He didn't even know what's happening. He never betted either.
I mean, I really like the quarter play on them. 75, 25, 25, 25. I like that. I like that play, but not on everybody. I mean, you got to do it on somebody that you can believe at least can pull down a side, because that's a pretty good lick if they just pull down a side for you.
Dude, that's $750.
That's what I said. It was a pretty good lick.
That is. That's nice. And by the way, when you do that, my ATS bet or whatever bonus bet is incorporated in the 10-ton triangle, dude, which you came up with. That 10-ton triangle. John was basically bashing that whole idea of the play. I don't think he understands how I play it exactly.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, dude. Don't waste your damn airtime listening to that shit.
Listen,
I don't care if you cut that or not. I really don't give a shit. I'm 65 years old in a few months, and I don't give a shit.
And that's good. But listen, Ed, the 10-ton triangle, if I'm going to play that.
Did I name that?
Yes.
Thank you.
And it's a great name. I hedge that bonus, whatever that bonus is, repeater or ATS, whatever that amount is, with a pass line. Because we were just talking about this, how you say everyone in the South plays
Everybody.
$30 on the.
Everybody plays whatever is what if they're putting 555 up, they got a $15 pass line. If it's a $25 table, they're either going 10 5 10 or they're going 30 on the pass line, 10 10 10. Everybody.
When you're at that $30 level, drop a $5 C. Now, anytime a horn number hits, not only did you mark one of those horn numbers, you also get $5 or crap numbers. 2 through a 12 comes. Guess what? You just made $5. You just made $5 and marked a number off the ATS. Great.
Yep.
11 comes. Who cares? You got the 11. You won on your pass line. You lost your $5 semi-hedge. It doesn't matter. It's beautiful.
That's Mississippi crap check time right there.
So I don't know what Mississippi crap check is, but either way, maybe I need to go down there and say I got some Mississippi crap checking in me.
A Mississippi crap check is a field bet equal to your pass line bet.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. A Mississippi crap check.
On the come out. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Gives you the crap numbers, protection, plus a few numbers.
You want to know what I do? When I have the $100 up on the bonus and I have a $100 pass, I do a $15 C. So when that 2 hits, everyone's always like, wah, crying, but then they're sliding me 105. And then I use that extra $5 as a dealer bet. And I just leave it right there. It's pretty sweet, man. It's a pretty sweet, beautiful little triangle.
I've always thought that the ATS changed the game more than any other side bet. And I guess it's because that's the only one I really get exposed to. But, you know, and some people even go as far as to say it's ruined the game, right? To me, the only way it's ruined the game is because you will find these guys that are betting a minimum pass line and an ATS bet and nothing else. And they're just slinging numbers, slinging the dice, trying to hit an 8. You know, they're looking for a slot type of win, right? They're looking for a hand pay on a slot, really, is what they're looking for. But, you know, you just kind of got to like go to the bathroom when those guys are there and hope they're still shooting when you come back. I mean, those guys ruined the jive of the tail. I mean, it's kind of it's aggravating to me. But if a legitimate player's trying to play it, I love it. You know what? Here's the bottom line. Here's the bottom line, 10 ton.
Tell me. We hope you enjoyed this podcast and will tell all of your fellow craps playing friends about it. Please follow Casino Tears on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. If you like the show, please rate it 5 stars and leave a review. The best and most fun way to contact us would be to call and leave a message on our official Casino Tears vent line, 229-07. You can also email us at no7@casinotears.com. New episodes drop weekly every Tuesday. On behalf of Roll to Win Craps from Alabama and 10 Ton is #1 from Las Vegas, thanks for listening.